Long ago, in a time when the world was filled with people who had forgotten the worship of Allah, there lived a man named Nuh, peace be upon him. Allah, in his wisdom and mercy, chose Nuh to be a prophet to guide his people back to the path of righteousness and remind them of their Creator. The people of Nuh, however, were deeply immersed in idolatry. They carved idols with their hands and bowed to them, believing these lifeless statues had the power to bring them good or protect them from harm. Nuh was a kind and patient man, and he began his mission by speaking gently to his people. He called them to worship Allah alone, the one who created the heavens and the earth, the one who gave them life and sustenance. He told them that the idols they worshipped could neither benefit nor harm them, and he warned them of a great punishment if they continued in their ways. Day and night, Nuh spoke to his people, but they were stubborn and arrogant. They laughed at him and ridiculed his message. The leaders of his community, who were wealthy and powerful, felt threatened by his words. They sneered at Nuh, saying, "You are no different from us. You are just a man. Why should we follow you?" But Nuh did not give up. He pleaded with them, reminding them of Allah's countless blessings. He pointed to the wonders of creation, the stars in the sky, the rivers that flowed, the crops that grew from the earth. "Do you not see?" he asked. "All these are signs of Allah's power and mercy. Will you not be grateful? Will you not turn to him?" Despite his sincere efforts, the people continued to reject him. They mocked him, saying, "If Allah wanted to send a message, he would have sent an angel, not a man like you. We see that only the poor and the weak follow you. Why should we listen to you when your followers are beneath us?" The rejection weighed heavily on Nuh's heart, but he remained steadfast. For years, centuries even, he preached to his people, always hoping that they would listen. But instead of softening their hearts, they grew even more hostile. They covered their ears when he spoke and turned away from him. They told him, "Stop your preaching, Nuh, or we will drive you away." Despite their threats and cruelty, Nuh prayed for his people. He asked Allah to guide them and forgive them, hoping against hope that they would change. But as the years passed, it became clear that their hearts were sealed. Every generation grew more corrupt than the one before, and they clung to their idols with greater fervor. Finally, Nuh turned to Allah in despair. "O my Lord," he prayed, "I have called my people night and day, but my calling has only driven them further away. They cover their ears and persist in their arrogance. O Allah, do not leave a single one of them on this earth, for if you do, they will mislead others, and they will give birth only to more wicked and ungrateful people." Allah, in his wisdom, accepted Nuh's prayer and commanded him to build an ark. Nuh was puzzled at first, for his land was far from any sea. But Allah revealed to him that a great flood was coming, one that would wipe out all those who had rejected the truth. Nuh obeyed without question and began to build the ark as Allah had instructed. It was a massive vessel, unlike anything his people had ever seen. As Nuh worked on the ark, the people passed by and mocked him. "What are you doing, Nuh?" they jeered. "Building a ship in the middle of the desert? Have you gone mad?" But Nuh paid them no mind. He knew that he was following the command of Allah, and he continued his work with patience and determination. When the ark was completed, Allah gave Nuh another command. He was to take with him a pair of every species of animal, male and female, along with his family and the small group of believers who had accepted his message. These were the only ones who would be saved from the coming flood. The skies began to darken, and the earth trembled. Suddenly, water gushed forth from the ground, and rain poured down from the heavens in torrents. The flood began to engulf the land, and the people realized too late that Nuh had spoken the truth. They ran to him, pleading to be let aboard the ark, but the time for mercy had passed. Nuh had warned them for centuries, and they had refused to listen. Even Nuh's own son, who had rejected his father's message, refused to board the ark. Nuh called out to him, "O my son, come aboard with us. Do not be among the disbelievers." But his son replied, "I will take refuge on a mountain to protect me from the water." Nuh warned him, "There is no protection today from Allah's decree, except for those upon whom he has mercy." But before his son could act, a massive wave swept him away. The floodwaters rose higher and higher, covering even the tallest mountains. The ark floated safely on the water, carrying Noah, the believers, and the animals. For days and nights, they drifted on the endless sea, waiting for Allah's command. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the rain stopped, and the waters began to recede. The ark came to rest on Mount Judy, and Allah commanded Nuh to disembark with his companions. Grateful and humbled, Nuh and the believers stepped onto dry land and prostrated in gratitude to Allah. They were the only survivors, chosen by Allah to start a new chapter for humanity. Allah spoke to Nuh, saying, "O Nuh, peace be upon you and upon those with you. A new nation will rise from your followers. But remember, those who turn away from my guidance will face my punishment." Nuh lived the rest of his days in worship and gratitude to Allah. He is remembered as a man of patience, perseverance, and unwavering faith. His story serves as a timeless reminder of the consequences of rejecting Allah's guidance and the boundless mercy he shows to those who believe and obey. The story of Nuh teaches us many lessons: the importance of patience in the face of rejection, the need to trust in Allah's plan even when it seems difficult, and the power of steadfast faith. It reminds us that Allah's mercy is vast, but his punishment is severe for those who persist in arrogance and disbelief. Above all, it shows us that true success lies in submitting to Allah and trusting in his wisdom, no matter the trials we face.